Hello, my beautiful Aquarius collective. How are you guys today? I am Kendra B, and you are tuned into Knowing Woman Tarot today. We are going to be doing your intuitive tarot reading for the month of December, and I'm so happy that you joined me. I would like you to know that this is my third time attempting to do a reading for you, Aquarius. So, my question for you, darling, is are you okay? Is you okay? Because sometimes we got to check on our strong friends. And I feel like Aquarius, y'all have been the strong friend lately. And I don't know if y'all been checked in on. So I need y'all to check in on yourselves right now at this moment as you watch this video. Is you okay? What is it that you need right now? I'm really curious because as I was trying to do your reading for the last 3 days, I kept feeling very, very overwhelmed. It felt like this it just felt like a lot was on my shoulders. It felt like a lot of responsibility. Um, just the word overwhelming keeps coming to me. Intuitively, I'm feeling like you guys are in this place of, let's just call it an emotional burden to start off with before we get these cards out, because I really want to figure out what's going on with y'all. Every time I picked up a deck to do a reading for y'all, it just felt like the world was on my shoulders. Everybody was counting on me. Everybody was looking to me for everything. And I want to know, is that the truth, Aquarius, or is that just what you're projecting out right now? Okay. Let's figure out what's going on. I haven't even done a pre-spread or a pre-shuffle or anything because I don't even want to know what come out until we start this video. Okay. So I just wanted to say that I'm checking in on y'all right now. Drop a comment. Let me know if you're all right. Let me know if you need anything, any prayers, anything. Okay, Aquarius? Let's begin. I'm going to take me a little swig. Shout out to Arden's Garden. All right, so I'm going to be using 3 decks like I like to do. Number 1, we got Work It Like Oracle by Miss Rebecca Campbell. We got the Animal Messages by Susie Green. And we have our, what is this called again? Dreams of Gaia by, I don't know what her name is, but shout out to her because I love this deck. All right, so we're going to start with your animal messages. Nose is itching. I know Spirit is here and willing to give this message. Thank you, Spirit. Let's get an overall energy for Aquarius. Let's get an overall energy for Aquarius for the month of December 2021. What's going on with sweet baby Aquarius? What's going on, Aquarius? Talk to me. What do we got going on? Let's get an overall energy for Aquarius. We got the tortoise. When changes are made for the sake of change itself, resist. Let's get a couple of cards to flank this. Get us a nice rounded out energy. All right, we got the Ace of Water, looks like. Ace of Water. There's that emotional burden, but it seems like freedom to me. I think Spirit's trying to free you from an emotional burden. And then we got the 3 of Fire. Look at that. He's on his little journey. He's happy about it. He looked like he know what he doing. He looked like he know where he going. He looked like he real confident. He got everything he need. But I think the journey may have some bumps on the road for you, Aquarius. Some things that you may not have expected. I think you set out to do something. This may have been something that you've been thinking about or working on for a long time, and now you're revisiting it. You may have found that you were very excited about this new venture, but now that you're going into it, we got some new emotions coming up surrounding it. Maybe some fear surrounding it, maybe some trepidation surrounding it. All right, let's get a little read on the tortoise and see what we're starting with here. All right, let's read on the tortoise. Tortoise is definitely a slow energy. Take your time, pay attention. Baby, you can do it. Take your time, do it right. You can do it, baby. You can do it, baby. And also, let me say this before I read on tortoise. Y'all know we are freshly entering into this Aquarian age. And that's the other thing that kept happening when I tried to do the reading. It kept coming up as a very broad and general reading, whereas I was trying to get it to kind of come down to earth and make it more individual, but it felt very, very, very broad. So I feel like us entering into this new Aquarian age is really affecting you guys and really making you understand the magnitude of what Spirit has been asking of you. Because now is your time, Aquarius. We've been tearing down a lot of foundations, Capricorn, Saturn energy, right? With the government and laws and police and school and COVID. A lot of things have changed immensely over the last couple of years. And now that we're breaking down these structures, it's up to Aquarian consciousness and Aquarian energy to usher in kind of this new way of doing things. So I feel like a lot of you are feeling that pressure. Let's just take a deep breath and relax, shall we? So what is it that you want to do, Aquarius? Drop a comment and tell me, what is it that you are feeling like? Because I feel like it's something that you guys know that you should be doing, but you're a little bit too overwhelmed to act, if that makes sense. All right, let's read the tortoise. All right, older than dinosaur, embodiment of ancient wisdom and living testament to the wonder of her form. Unchanging tortoise plods on through time. Like tortoise resist change for novelty's sake. Be true to your way of living, your partner, and your creativity, lest you destroy something more wonderful than you yet know. Don't run, guys. I'm feeling this overwhelming sensation to kind of flee the scene, because you do want something new and you do want something beautiful. If this is your situation, I feel like you're going to need to do some digging through the rubble of your life before you actually flee this scene. I feel like there's going to be some gems when you stand in the things that have tumbled down around you. Okay? All right. Tortoise also counsels constructing a mental care space to protect yourself from the unjustified criticisms of others. For as tortoises' hatchlings emerge from their shells perfect, you too were born flawless. This also gives me this feeling of being out of place. You may be the one person in your family who is focused on breaking generational curses. You may be the one person in your family focusing on generational wealth. You may be, because I feel it sometimes, I have a rising sign in Aquarius, and sometimes it feels like I'm the only one who wants to live a positive life, who wants to break through, trauma cycles, who wants to live an abundant life. And it's like, it can be a very lonely feeling sometimes, and it makes you want to just kind of flee the scene or hide away. We're going to see what Spirit has to say about that. We're going to be doing some reading because, again, when I do air sign readings, sometimes the messages are so big and they come in so fast that it's hard for me to really decipher, and I get so much information that I just like to read and narrow it down a little bit so we can get a good story going for you guys. All right, let's find the Three of Fire. Three of Fire, Three of Fire. All right, so the key words are action, implementation, exploration, expressing, energy, hard work, sacrifice, initiation, and imitation. All right. Necessary sacrifice, experiment, practice, and refine. Avoid copying those who inspire. That's definitely piggybacking on this tortoise energy about staying true to yourself. If you are going out on a new venture and you're seeing people around you succeed and you're seeing people around you seemingly flourish, keep your eyes on the prize, just like the tortoise did in the race with that hare. Keep your eyes on the prize and keep your eyes on your true nature, Aquarius. You were born like this for a reason. You were born with this purpose for a reason. So your road isn't going to look like everybody else's road, okay? Do you have an idea or creative venture that you would like to implement? The three of fire represents the necessary sacrifice that may be required when we act on our goals and objectives. When we first begin to act, we often find ourselves exploring the paths walked by those who came before us. Again, we find ourselves as a nation, as a collective, because this stuff is happening to the whole world. COVID happened to the whole damn world, right? So we're looking at a major global shift at this time. It's a great opportunity to start implementing the things that you thought you were crazy for. Okay? You may have been pondering on these things when you were a teenager, when you were in your early 20s, about how the world should change. And with COVID and the whole world shutting down and kind of doing a reset, now is your time to show up with what seem to be new and fresh ideas, but they're really not. These have been things that Spirit placed in you long, 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 long time ago. And now is your time. So I understand that you feel the pressure. I understand that you feel the pressure. All right. To implement those new ideas requires sacrifice, commitment, and dedication. The tortoise. Stick with it, right? It means stepping away from what is tried and trusted, safe and secure, and stepping out into the unknown with an almost blind. Look at that. Look how optimistic he looks. It's a blind faith and a blind commitment. It means putting the objective first and turning away from everything that distracts or might prevent it from being achieved. Amen. Some of y'all gonna have to go to that prayer closet. Some of y'all gonna have to get in a dark, quiet place and meditate on these things. Some of y'all gonna have to get around some people who support these ideals. If you don't have people in your actual life that can stand with you and support you in the new ideals that you want to present, get on YouTube and find them. I'm right here. I'm right here with you. Call a friend that don't live close by you, because I feel like y'all have some friends that you can pick up the phone and call. You're not alone. Okay? The Three of Fire lets you know that now is also a good time to explore and experiment on a practical level. That tortoise is very practical. Use your hands and mind to practice, hone, and refine your skills or abilities. Now, these things that you're going to be practicing on, ain't nobody going to see it. Because I don't feel like it's necessarily time to have the whole house built and ready to go. You're still laying a foundation. That Saturn Capricorn foundation that we have built everything on has come crashing down. Okay? And it is up to you, Aquarius. And I'm speaking to you individually, but also on a collective conscious level. It is up to you. And I understand how it feels to be standing in a pile of rubble. And they're like, okay, you're the boss now. What do we do? And you're like, okay, let me see. Just picking up bricks, seeing if this works, seeing if that works. Oh, Lord, what do I do? First of all, you got to find your center. You got to come back to center and remember who you are and why you're here. Okay? It's not just about these vacations you see people on Instagram having. It's not just about these perfect relationships you're seeing on Instagram. It's not going to be an overnight thing, guys. It's not. And I know you want all that. You deserve all that. Spirit wants you to have all that. But when you're working in the spirit, things do happen a little bit slower. And that's okay. All right, let's check out this Ace of Water. Ace of Water, where you at, boo? You want to look at him? We got new emotions, first love. You know, it's been there a long time. You know what you're supposed to be doing. Go back to your childhood and think about what you loved doing as a child. Were you into art? Were you into music? Did you use your hands creatively? Infatuation, attraction, lust, longing, excitement, and passion. An exciting new beginning. Take a leap of faith. Open your heart. Follow passion's lead. A new experience or opportunity. A new friendship. Stop fighting your feelings. free of fear's influences. Fear has been another large theme for December already. And I would like to thank the Sagittarian energy that bestowed itself upon us during the new moon in Sag and the eclipse. Because when I think of Sagittarius, I definitely think of an energy like this. He not running from the fire. He running straight into it, trying to walk clean through it. And you cannot turn back. You have to face your fears. Whatever you fear in this moment, you have to face it. I was having a conversation with one of my homegirls. I hope she don't mind me sharing her story. But she called me early in the morning and she was talking about how she just finished this job and she felt like she failed. And it's like, oh, woe is me. I'm not even good at what I do. Oh, they're going to be so disappointed. She's going to tell the person that referred her to me. And she was just in a tizzy, right? And the more we talked about what happened, it led us back to something that happened to her the night before, which was she got into it with her father. And she has this thing where she likes to always say, well, I'll just move out. I don't have time for this. I'll leave. And instead of him, backing down or begging her not to go, he was like, okay, that's fine. And she was like, girl, I bawled my eyes out the whole entire time because when I think about moving out, I'm terrified. So she went to bed terrified and she woke up to do her client and that feeling followed her and it validated her feelings. Oh yeah, this job that you do that brings you money, it probably won't even sustain you if you move out the house, girl. Probably won't. So I think the main message that I'm getting for you guys with these first three cards out, Aquarius, is that use this fear to help you ground yourself. Use this fear to help you prepare for your future. Use this fear to look at the things in your life that are false. Because we all have a sense of false security somewhere. So let's just move on. Let's get some more cards on the board because I'm ready to get to the meat of this. All right. Give me one more card to round out this overall energy for Aquarius, please. Give me one more card. One more card to round out this energy. We're going to put it right on top of that tortoise. We're going to put it right on top of this tortoise. What is it really about, Spirit? What is it really about? Love. Spirit is trying to open you up. It's trying to crack you open. Because this next phase in your life, Aquarius, is not, and I said this in one of my failed reading. I remember saying this, and this card did come out in those readings as well. I feel like Spirit is trying to get you more connected to the collective, because I feel like Aquarian energy can be very detached. It's like you want to help, but it's a very detached kind of energy, right? Aquarian is very much lone wolf type of energy. So in order to be better at what you're doing, whatever it may be, because I don't know what it is, everybody's different. This is a collective reading. But Spirit wants to crack you open, and Spirit wants you to release something that has your emotions locked up on you, okay? Because once you release this thing, then you're going to make way for this new emotional beginning. And you're going to be able to release the fear and move forward. Because I feel like right now a lot of you guys are in analysis paralysis. Just sitting there biting your nails thinking and like, oh Lord, what is we going to do? What is we going to do? All right, I'm feeling the need to switch over to this deck. Let me just see. What's crossing Aquarius right now? What's the main challenge for Aquarius? What is the main challenge for Aquarius? All right, so you may have this feeling of dissatisfaction. You may have this feeling of monotony. What's it all for? Why am I even here? Again, this is a cup. So we're back to some emotional baggage. So my question is, are you ready to be in gratitude? because she's throwing that cup away like it don't mean a damn thing to her. And a lot of you may have been cutting off a lot of people. You may have been kind of like trimming the fat of your life. And it's starting to make you feel like you're alone. It may be affecting your personal relationships, how you feel about yourself, how stable you're feeling in your life, because loneliness is real now. When you open your eyes in the morning and there's nobody there that you feel like you can really count on, that's a scary feeling, especially in the world we live in right now. I'm just getting monotony, lack of passion, lack of drive. What's it all for? But what's crowning you, Aquarius? Let's talk about what we got going for you, because we definitely want to focus on the positive. All right, we got the Five of Cups. Now, this card can look a little negative because we have this unhappy couple. And we got this shrew of a wife who is just yelling and fussing at this man that she says ain't doing right. It could be your son. It could be your husband. And it could be you really. I feel like you're a voice of reason, Aquarius. I feel like you have a lot to say about how we can better ourselves in better situations. You're the person who wants to make things better, but sometimes your method of communication can be a little harsh. And again, I feel like it is because there are some unresolved emotional issues. And it's fear. It's fear. You're in a place of fear about where your future is going. So you're all amped up and you're in your feelings. So the people around you are like, what's going on? Why don't y'all want to get it right? We got to do this. We need to. Okay? But the beautiful thing about this card is we got 3 cups on the floor, but we got 2 still standing. Okay? So we're not going to focus on what's lost. We're going to focus on what we have. Because anytime you got a cup, it can be multiplied with love. I know that sounds like a cliche, but it's true. You can drop all them cups on the floor, but as long as you can pick up one drop, that drop can be multiplied over and over and over until that cup overflows, and then the next cup overflows, and then the next cup overflows. So I know you want to do something good. I just want you to refocus and remember why you're doing this thing. Intention is going to be key for you guys in the month of December. Intention. Let's hold on to that word, intention. Let's get down to the subconscious factor, because we talking about fear. We talking about fear. We talking about coming out of a bad situation, but I feel like there's still some trauma there. Some of you just ended a really bad relationship with your children. And it's almost like you had to flee the scene like a thief in the night. And you are actually in a very stable and abundant place, but you can't see it just yet. Because this trauma almost has you, it's like a PTSD thing. But you are safe. Give me one more card for the subconscious sector. Give me one more card for the subconscious sector. One more card. I'm also seeing a situation where somebody came out of a really fucked up relationship, and now you're with a new person, and you're finding it hard to just relax and be in a loving place because there are still some things you haven't dealt with from that previous relationship. And the other theme of December has definitely been karma. Things are coming back up and coming back around for us to deal with. We also have a full moon coming up on December 18th or 19th, depending on where you are, in Gemini. That's that winged messenger, that communication sign. Gemini is either going to bring you a message, and I feel like for a lot of you guys, the message is going to be via fear, or you're going to get the balls to say something that you haven't had the balls to say. Give me one more card for the subconscious spirit. Yes, Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, baby. This is what you done ran up out of. You done ran up out of this crazy relationship, and Spirit wants to place you on your throne. And you know, wands are big on action now. This is a dynamic feminine presence, okay? So we're not just sitting idly by waiting for things to happen. We are actually taking action. Aquarius, the month of December is going to change the game for you. You may have felt like you've been sitting around twiddling your fingers, but you about to get a burst of energy. You about to get a burst of insight. You about to get a burst of get up and go that's going to actually give you the strength to make a move. Because I feel like y'all been frozen in time. I just saw like a block of ice melting away. What about recent past? Let's get some insight on this recent past and this relationship that may have ended. Let's get some insight. All right, we got the Knight of Swords and we got the High Priestess. I feel like you just stood up for yourself. You know, the Knight of Swords can be very rash. He has this authority and sometimes he abuses it. He abuses his authority. And I feel like a lot of you may have been turning a blind eye to this behavior. And just recently you decided to meet it head on. No. It's a simple no, that we're not going to do this anymore. Oh, and that no in the spirit world, baby, that no is so powerful. Once you say that magic word of no, everything reshifts. Everything stops and recalibrates. Because now you're standing in your power, and now the universe is realizing, oh wait, she don't want that. It's like a wall being put up. No. Very proud of you, Aquarius, standing in your High Priestess energy. Very proud of you. What about the near future? What do we got coming up in the near future? Ooh, look at that. We're leaving behind chaos. We're leaving behind fuck shit. We're leaving behind all the fires that other people are setting. We got air energy on the board. And again, this is your superpower. You have a beautiful mind, Aquarius. You have great communication skills. You actually do work very well by yourself. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's get a clarifying card for the Six of Swords. And I feel like you resettling back into your own energy and kind of getting away from the frustrations, the abuse, the negativity that you were in a cycle of is going to lead you into a much more communal way of living. It's going to lead you to your tribe. And you're going to be the big boss hog. I need you to know that. Yep. Yep. We got the 2 of air and we got the 5 of fire. So we talking about balancing yourself and getting ready for the battle. Okay? All right? Because once you remove yourself from a situation, sometimes you can realize that you brought some of that situation with you. Because whenever we get involved with somebody or something, there was a piece of us that agreed to that fuck shit that was going on. You get what I'm saying? So if you found yourself in a relationship with a narcissist, it's because y'all agreed on that codependent situation. So if you were in fear and you went out and you got into a relationship with this man who was in fear, he may have showcased, you know, abusive tendencies, anger, frustration, loud and boisterous. But then on the other side, on the flip side, you just make it look a little cuter. You got all them same emotions boiling up and bubbling in you, but you just know how to make it look cute. Okay? Yours is more internal. So the point of that relationship was to bring those things forward. Oh, wait, I'm angry? I'm fearful? So I don't have to point the finger at this other person all the time? Because guess what? Y'all dealing with the same shit. We talking about grace, we talking about forgiveness. Okay? Because you are dealing with the same bag. That's the only way y'all got together. So now that you've ended it and you're realizing this isn't what you want, now it's time for you to go and deal with that. Deal with all those toxic feelings and emotions. Grace, forgiveness, not for anybody else, but for yourself first. It's okay to be angry. This world is fucked up, Aquarius, and I know you have a very clear vision of how you would like for it to be. But you cannot get that vision by going out and beating other people over the head with it. It's got to be internal. So what's your attitude right now, Aquarius? What's your attitude? So I think you're ready to do the work. Mm-hmm. You have pinpointed the things, because look at her. This is a very deep emotional trauma that you have been sunken into for a very long time. You have pinpointed it. You see it. You acknowledge it. You're willing to work on it. Then we got 2 earth cards letting us know that you can sit still and you can really go in on this thing. You can focus on this thing. You can show up for yourself. Check in on yourself. 7 of earth is that meditation card, that silence card, that nature card. We have the 4 of earth, which is stability, sticking it through, seeing it through, not budging on your boundaries. It feels like a protective mode right now. I feel like you're in a protective mode right now, Aquarius, where your boundaries and your self-preservation is key right now. It's of utmost importance to you right now. We blocking out all the bullshit because we got to protect our feminine right now. This is the state she's in. So we can't let nobody come in and harm her right now. You're too fragile. We won't allow it. Beautiful energy. What about outside influences? What's going on outside the Aquarius? So you may be reading some self-help books. You may be, watching some videos on YouTube and really just trying to figure this thing out. Again, you are an air sign. So when you have these emotional things going on, your first response is to let's delve more deeply into it. Let's get more information. Let's learn. All right? So we are learning about the self right now. We're getting information. Go on, listen to some Abram Hicks. Go on and put on that Deepak Chopra or Oprah. Get your inspiration on. And I feel like others may be watching you as well, even if you do not know that they are. How you're treating yourself, your children are looking at you right now. So don't feel bad for saying, baby, mommy is not feeling good right now. I need to take care of me. You all right? Here's a sandwich. Here's your Doc McStuffins, okay? Mama's not feeling too good. I love you. Mwah. Don't feel bad about that because they're watching you. You're showing them that it's okay for you to take care of yourself. Hopes and fears for the Aquarius. Hopes and fears for my beautiful Aquarians. I'm so glad that I'm finally getting this reading done, y'all. Y'all just don't know. I've been going through it with y'all. Hopes and fears for the Aquarius. Hopes and fears for the Aquarius. What do we have in the hopes and fears? A lot of hopes and fears. A lot of hopes and fears. There's that water. So I think you may still have some distrust on the emotions that you're feeling right now. You may not feel safe to be vulnerable because I got the 6 of water and the 3 of water. Ask for help, Aquarius. Don't be afraid to ask for help and ask for the things that you need. Again, you're always the one. They always coming to you. You are the strong friend, but you have to ask for help when you need it. You have to take a break when you need it. You have to give yourself grace when you need that break. It's not a time for you to beat yourself up. It's a time for you to show compassion unto yourself. You're doing great, Aquarius. Let's get an outcome for you. The journey. Give me one more. One more for the outcome. Clarify. That's too many. Just give me one. Just give me one for the Aquarius. One more outcome. Yeah. So this journey is inward right now, Aquarius. It's not time for you to, it's just not time. It's, worry about yourself, Aquarius. I feel like y'all are really comparing yourselves to others and you're really wondering why you are not further on your journey. But this is some necessary work that has to be done, Aquarius. Please understand that. And I'm kind of mad with y'all too because I understand, like, as an air sign, it gets really tricky when you start delving off into water energy and those tricky goddamn emotions, you know? But there's a big reward for you here. There is a big reward for you. Let's go ahead and give you a guidance card to send you on your way. Let's get a guidance card for Aquarius. Let's get a guidance card for Aquarius. Give me a guidance card for Aquarius. Share your voice. Come out of the cave, persecution, and expression. Share your voice. It's your superpower. Share your voice. 76. You are being called to share your voice, perhaps by speaking up in a relationship or through writing, speaking, singing, or some other form of creative expression. We each hold a truth deep within us that longs to be expressed. Sculpted for lifetimes, the voice of your soul is like no other. It carries with it wisdom that can only be gained through soul history and growth. By remembering, tapping into, and expressing the unique tone, we not only heal ourselves, we also heal the planet at large. Last thing I'm going to say is, sometimes when you are born a healer, it does feel like a very massive job. It does feel like a lot is on your shoulders. But we simplify that task when we understand that we only have to worry about ourselves. We only have to heal ourselves. Once you get that work done, everything else is just going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right? So I need you guys to focus in on self right now. It's really going to simplify your life. It's going to help eliminate some of the fear and trepidation. And don't feel guilty about it. You might have people out here that need help and need this and need that, but what about you? Ain't nobody breaking their back to come help you, so you really have to focus in on you right now and know that that is helping the planet. When you get your vibes up, guess what? The vibes of Mother Earth go up. You're doing your job. When you share your voice, you unlock something in the universe and call a missing piece of you home. Your individual voice is the most powerful sound current on the planet. If you have kept your soul's voice silenced or held back, chanting or singing could be truly life-changing for you. As we shed the layers of our personality and start letting our unique soul speak through us, we discover that we actually have a very clear message that longs to be shared. The more we speak it, the clearer it gets. There has never been a better time in history than right now to rise up, speak your truth, and share your soul's voice. If you feel fearful, know that you are not alone and that the world needs your unique tone in order to harmonize. As we each rise up and share our song, we make it easier for the next person to do the same. We did it, Aquarius. We finally did your reading. Yes. Guys, I feel better now that this is off my chest because the last 3 days, oh my God, I've been feeling like, what is it that I got to tell Aquarius? And every time I sat down to get it out, I just fumbled all over. It was tragic. So I'm just very happy we finally got the chance to sit down and talk this out. Guys, leave me a comment. Let me know if this video resonated with you. Also, maybe check the channel for any of your other signs, like your rising, your moon, your Venus. And just let me know how you feel. Hit the like button if this resonated with you, okay? I love you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful December, and I'll see y'all next month.